Well, it's a national day of reality TV mourning, Michelle. This is why I'm in my widow's weeds.
Okay.
This is because Rachel Reilly, who you might even know, you saw her on Trader season 1. She's been on Worst Cooks in America, Amazing Race. She's been on all kinds of shows, and really, I think she's paved the way for such legends of like fighting and anger and rage from female, like you don't have Lindsay Hubbard without Rachel Reilly is the best way I can explain it to you.
Interesting.
Except Rachel is like, I feel like
Competition.
a normal
Oh,
person off screen, and she's on competition reality shows.
she's a
Anyway,
competitor in a
she's a
different kind of
competitor.
a way.
Yes, yes. They're both feisty gals. They're both, revved up to fight. But, anyway, so spoiler alert for Big Brother, tomorrow, they, instead of having her be voted out, they just, she didn't finish a comp in time and they just lifted her out of the show. So she doesn't get goodbye messages. She doesn't get voted out. Basically, they're treating her like gutter trash. And also, they broke the show. That's the whole. Imagine if traitors, they're like, actually, you were bad at the mission. And they make the mission a really long part. You know, the part you hate where they're all in wetsuits?
Yeah, I think it's rude.
Imagine if the whole episode was wetsuits
It was
and one
rude.
person didn't do a good enough wetsuit. And they, it was like Dorinda.
It was
A
like
legend.
body shaming.
It's fucked up. It's so fucked up.
Shame.
Shame. Katie Ginella, I'm also mourning because Michelle, they cannot let her leave this show.
Free her.
Like Big Brother
Our trapped
production.
ladies.
I know, it's made me value Alex Baskin more, who's producing this show.
You've just
Like,
gotta a little
gotta
bit.
lift it. He needs to. I'll lower it, but he needs to step in and be like, ladies, you can't pull rank. You got to keep filming with her. She's a gem. Like pull rank.
No, Alex Baskin can't be the one. It actually has to be like you are so Draco Malfoy.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Before we do, just one more quick thing. Did you see that Reddit thread? The one where it was a housewife's child. And she's like, I'm a Real Housewives child.
The AMA?
The AMA.
I skipped that because I was like, is this Jacqueline Larita's kid?
People thought that, but
Ashley?
I'm pretty sure it's a housewife of Toronto, which is a little less exciting.
Did
But
you say like maple syrup?
no, it was in the Ottawa subreddit. That's why. Brings up the ethical question of, kids being able to, they can't consent. Yes, be stars. Should the toddlers be in tiaras? She explores a lot of these things and shows the darker side of it. But
Papa, can you hear me? Oh my God.
Papa, can you hear us? Good morning, students. I'm Lauren Davis. Michelle is.
There's something. I think I just felt that line of that song, and it's just it's very overwhelming.
Genuinely can't tell if you are laughing or crying right now.
I think I'm doing both.
Oh my God.
Good morning, students. It's Michelle Baver coming to you live.
This bitch is always trying to out-derange me. I'll never be as crazy as her. Okay, we are getting into the Real Housewives of Orange County, season 19, episode 9. And yeah,
how is this only episode 9? I've lived 1,000 lives since this season started. I'm not kidding you.
But really, I feel like I have a new lease on life, knowing that A, we thought that Katie wouldn't be in any more episodes. She's going to be. She was in the mid-season trailer.
Yes.
B, mid-season trailer.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
Not too
Yeah.
shabby.
So there's still some juice left in the old gal.
We love that.
The OC.
Let's squeeze it out of there.
Squeeze it out, baby.
Squeeze
Let's
it
get
out
into
of that
it.
orange.
So Emily and Gretchen meet at the low T clinic in one of the other
wild opening.
Absurdist nightmare mashup scenes.
I was kind of obsessed with this. I was kind of obsessed. This is the open.
And it's new. It's a new place where I haven't seen a scene before,
I have never I've seen a lot I've watched a lot of Housewives. We've seen a bat mitzvah in a ski chalet. We've seen the FBI raid in front of a beauty lab and laser Botox center.
Even
We've
earlier
seen
this
so
season, we
much on
saw
these
Jen
shows.
get her lower veneers replaced on camera. But this was
But
brand
this
new.
is at the low T center, and it's like, yeah, I have low T. I was like, girl, be so for real.
And then, like, apparently it's
It's
a
like,
low T clinic where they also do penectomies, and
okay,
Gretchen told us Slade has a crooked ding dong. I'm like, this is a lot for the
this
first
is
90
a
seconds of the
lot. Yeah,
episode.
90 Day Fiance. No, 90 seconds to Josie.
Yeah, that's the walls are closing in already, if I'm hearing
And
about Slade's ugly wiener.
I just would have never, yeah, I just never would have clocked this for any franchise of any television show in history.
Yeah, just bizarre. Apparently, it's like an IUD, it seems like, but, like, it's like a
Painful.
grain of rice-sized implant that they
Hurt
put
so bad.
into you. Yeah, I imagine it's super painful because
I
it's, like,
think it'd be easier
hormones.
for now because I've had a kid vaginally.
Yeah, but it's not like spreading okay, let's not get into it. I think it would still hurt a lot.
That is what hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Tamra and Gretchen are potentially moving forward, and,
Ugh.
they are going to have a beach picnic makeup, we learn
Uh,
at the low T
okay.
clinic.
I will tell you my thoughts shortly about this beach party.
Yeah, yeah. I have some guesses, but we'll get there. So then, Katie and Jen meet up, and Katie's like, "The polygraph was staged. It was a hired actor."
She comes bringing an envelope.
Brings an envelope with, like, a not just, like, his printed IMDb, several copies for
Yeah,
Jen to pass out because Katie's not allowed to film
this
with
is
any of them anymore.
crazy. I
So
was
she
just
needs
surprised she
Jen
didn't
to
have
disseminate it.
laminate them. It was like, okay, like, sidebar, like, who has a printer anymore? I can't print anything
Oh, we have a
ever.
printer.
Mine never works.
They break a lot.
They break a lot, but they have a printer that works, and they have the color they needed
Oh
because
my gosh, but
a ton
imagine
of
her,
people
like
print, like, screenshots of text messages. That's, like, only housewives are the only ones I can understand have ever done this in life.
yeah, maybe it's in the manual, or I imagine Katie going to Kinko's and just kind of, like, tripping around and being
She's
like,
just like,
excuse
"Here's my
me."
phone, print, do it." She's like,
Yeah.
she no, she doesn't even have to ask somebody that works there. She just goes up to the printer and she's like, "I'm just like you." And
Yes.
it just starts
It scans
working.
her barcode, and then it just starts printing the yeah.
Like, "You're my brother."
Yeah. She sends it through the cloud. That's what she
Mm,
wants.
mhm.
Um,
Katie's cloud.
Katie's cloud. And then, Katie's saying all of her catchphrases too in this scene that we're gonna miss so much if she leaves. She keeps saying, we did hear that at Mastro's. I will die on that. What do you want? Blood?
Gretchen and Slade. Gretchen and Slade. Mastros. Matt, back me up, Matt. Jen, you were there.
You were
Jen,
there.
you were there, Jen.
And so then, yeah, Jen is like, you want me to you want to validate through me? And like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't remember Gretchen saying this at all. And then Jen talks about, how Katie's always bringing her into stuff she doesn't want to be in. They flash back to the hot pot where, Katie is talking about the video she took of Shannon. And they're like, and you sent it to Alexis. And Katie's like, well, yeah, me and Jen sat down with Alexis and showed her, right, Jen? And Jen's like, leave me out of this.
Well. Jen
But
just wants to make it to the next season, you guys.
but here's the thing, is like that this makes me like Jen more that she gets in the muck. Like,
She dips her toes in there.
yeah, it's like, if she wants to be like Miss Pollyanna, like
Miss Polygraph.
Miss Polygraph to no, like Miss like she's just this dumb rube, I think is basically her storyline, who's like
I
in
like
this
that.
bad, crazy, but I think she should also mix it up and get in the muck
She
with the
should be like
gals.
Elle Woods and Legally Blonde. She should be like Elle Woods in Legally Blonde. Like, you think I'm stupid, but I'm actually very smart.
Well, I don't mind her being stupid still, but, like, I want her to
Oh,
be, because she's, like, getting totally busted in this and still denying it, but it's like, I
moments of lucidity.
I want her to yeah, be a bit, be a housewife. Like, look at Gretchen.
Be a
Her whole thing
housewife.
her whole thing was like, I'm a widow victim," and it lasted 2 seasons, but after that, it's like she needed to get in the muck and the shit and become a nasty piece of work like the rest of them, because that can only take you so far, being
I
like,
don't like
"Oh,
Gretchen.
me, mm." Oh, well, no, I mean, she's
It's
expired,
weird to me
but,
that okay, we'll get into Gretchen later. I've got
but
thoughts.
anyway, this is like, but here's what is frustrating me. People are like, "Jen is just so stupid, she doesn't remember any of this." It's like, she's
She
not that
knows.
stupid.
She's
Like,
not
no one's that
stupid.
stupid. She was
I don't think she's
there.
stupid. She was yeah, she was at Mastro's. By the way, why can't she just enjoy dinner at Mastro's?
Yes, it's
Why
so
is it always
good.
gotta be a whole thing? Why is it always
Also,
gotta be, "Oh my god, something happened to Gretchen 17 years ago, maybe she had to go to a hospital for it." Why can't it just be like, "This is a really nice place to eat dinner?"
because
A
Slade and Gretchen are
Rihanna
just like,
sighting, Rihanna's always at Mastro's, just let the girls eat.
let them eat. Let Wolfgang serve them up something real
Yeah,
nice.
let them eat
Um,
cake
but it's like,
or steak.
it's Slade and, Gretchen are like an unlikable Spidey.
Those
They're
aren't even real
relentless.
names. I'm telling you, Gretchen and Slade are not even real
Slade
names.
Smiley is not a
That
real
is
name.
not somebody's real name.
No, 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 no. No, it's like Soupy Sales. It's
Yeah, it's
so
like
made up.
even Ricky Smiley figured out how to get a job, but not
Yeah.
Slade Smiley.
But the reason that we do need Katie and what makes her so
I love
special,
her.
she is dumb, where she doesn't realize that some conversations are supposed to be off camera, off limits. Like, she has not gotten that. Like,
Mm-mm.
remember the best thing she added and only thing she added last season was when they were like, at that
Jeff
store
in
at
the
the
chair.
supermarket
Oh,
doing
yeah.
B-roll, and she's like, "Oh yeah, didn't Shannon, what happened with that video with Shannon where she, like, the night she got her DUI, apparently she, like, was drunk and, almost ran over his kid, and it's all on the ring cam and
Yeah,
stuff."
it's on their camera.
And Emily's looking at her like, "Why the
What
fuck
the
are you
fuck
saying
is
this on
that?
camera right now? This
There's
was
a
off
horse
camera
in
stuff."
it. Yeah, she's almost Sheena Shea level, which is the highest compliment you can get from me.
But Sheena's so, it's like she's a different
I know,
brand,
but I'm just saying that sort of like that kind of like
It's unself-aware and
not
unaware,
aware, not aware at all of
not
what's
aware of
going on.
that kind of obliviousness but also really wants to be on TV. That's a special combination, and
Yes. Oh, she's in a very exclusive club.
yeah,
And
100 P.
I adore her.
And we need to remember, whether Jen is, like, being dumb and forgetting and blocking us from this information, or whether she's intentionally blocking us, she's the enemy. Katie is our friend. She's trying to get the information to the people about the roofies, about Gina being racist. She's
About
trying to let us
Mastros.
know about Mastros. Like, she's like the people. She's boots on the ground.
Yeah, she's the people's princess.
Exactly.
That's what
And
you said, that, and she's the people's court
the
princess.
people's court princess, even though she will not
And
pass
she'll
a
not pass
polygraph in
a
that people's
polygraph,
court.
but I think that's like the girlies who get it, and
They get it.
we don't have to pass polygraphs. It's America and it's 2025.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to do
We
that.
shouldn't have to do that.
Are you
Women's
kidding me?
rights.
Yeah, like what is this, a kitchen? I'm not going there.
No. Make me a polygraph, make me a sandwich is what
Yeah,
you sound like.
exactly. This is fucking sexist.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Ugh.
Um, so then we learn about Gina's ex, Matt, had a heart attack. She's friends with his new wife, Britt, who,
He
and
has
oh
a
my gosh,
kid? Okay, get her on the show.
well, that's what this felt like, is Gina, I think, does want Britt on the show. She was really talking up what a hero Britt was for beast moding
She's
him
a
down to the
healing
hospital.
hero.
It's like, you took your, husband to the ER while he was having a
Yeah,
heart
when
attack.
his heart attack, and
yeah,
you're like, "You saved my kids from not having a father anymore. Thank you so much." I was like,
What, were you supposed to just throw him some baby aspirin and be like,
I
"Buck
like
up?"
wasn't he kinda just, like, really not to get dark, but, like, didn't he do some really fucked up stuff to her?
That's the other thing too,
She's like,
like,
she talked about it once, and then we never heard it about it again,
we
and
heard about
he's,
it in
like,
the
okay with being
press.
on, like, on camera after having a heart attack. Like, I think it's, I think it's an interesting pivot to do while sober.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice, like, I wonder how he and Britt are doing, like, financially maybe, if they're trying to launch a GoFundMe and this was just a glimpse, but it does seem like Britt wants to be
She
on the
loves
show, is
she
the vibe I
okay,
got.
the lips were plumped. They're
Yeah.
plumped for prime time.
They were plump for prime time, and, like, I was triggered by Gina trying to push this whole, like, "We're our my extended family, we're best
We're
friends." It's
best
like,
friends, but Travis's fucking bitch of an ex-wife won't let them go to school or let me be near them. And it's like, okay, girl, I get it.
yeah, the AMA
Mm.
child would not approve of any of this.
We should get Travis's kids on the line.
Oh my god, he can't even find them.
They're not at school, so he's like, okay, they're not at school, so I don't know where they could be.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in weeks.
But this is, like, my big thing with the Gina and Emily narratives this season. I really don't like when you don't wanna share you don't wanna give us drama, you don't wanna look bad, you don't wanna share your dirty laundry, so you
So
put
the
it on
fuck with
your
the
kids.
kids.
I think that is repugnant.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I mean, it's listen. A lot of people in this country, this country, a lot of people are divorced, and it's difficult to sort of navigate like the relationships, especially if you have children. Also, like in regards to Emily, like I know what it's like to have a child who is autistic, and to be going through the diagnosis process is probably one of the hardest parts of it all. That's really difficult. Like it takes a long time for that to sort of sink in. But I don't know if any of that needs to be on TV.
She's making it about her. It's not about her
Yeah,
kid at
yeah,
all.
yeah, and I get that part of like, oh, like this is painful for me as a parent because I don't know how to parent, and then maybe she's not seeing like her husband doing what she wants him to do. All of that is like it's sort of
She's
secondary.
exploited it worse than Jackson
Yeah, that's what I'm
Brittany.
saying. I'm agreeing. Like it is
Yeah.
sort of it's very exploitative. Like I do talk about my daughter having autism, but I'm not putting it on TV all the time and talking about all the struggles. I think it's okay to normalize it, but it can't be your sole storyline on a
And
reality
just,
TV show. They
really
can't consent to it.
it really
Like
crossed a line for me, like,
like with the
letting
recording of the
the
phone call.
recording and hearing him vulnerable like that. It's like, like, I
Yeah.
follow a lot of, like, parents of kids with autism and I feel like that's a little more ethical because, like or, kids with disabilities because 'cause they're trying to a lot of them are, like, very high support needs, and they're trying to set them up with an income for, like,
Yeah.
after they're gone and, like, a job and stuff, but, none of them ever show them vulnerable like that or when they're in a
Yeah.
tantrum like that. That's considered very unethical. Like, I didn't like that at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. The recording of the phone call really kind of mm, I
Not
didn't
good.
love it. No, I
Not
didn't love
good.
it. It's not good.
It's repulsive to do that.
Um, to take it back, like Jacqueline Larita, like I always thought she sort of navigated Jersey. Like I thought in hindsight, I felt like she navigated that
Yeah,
experience pretty well.
she was a great mother to that child.
I don't feel like
Not
she put him on camera that way or
no, no, no. Yeah.
recorded him that way. Like if we ever heard him speak, it was like she was like, oh, like
Yes.
we heard a recording of him telling her I love you, and
Even Louis is so much more protective of
yeah,
his adult, like, high
yes.
support needs son with autism.
Mhm.
This is, like
Yeah.
this is a new low. Everyone
Yeah, they like honestly, Gina and Emily have needed to be off the show for a while, but now it just feels like it's not even just because like they don't have storylines. It's like they do, but they're kind of some things we
gross.
don't need to see.
Yeah, this is really
I don't need to
gross.
see that
I
in
don't
the
need to see that.
yeah.
Not to get dark, but I wish more people were talking about this and less people being like, "Heather Dubrow's a mean girl." Like, this is actually exploitation,
Yeah, because none of these kids
They
can
didn't
really
consent.
consent to any of this,
Yes.
and that's a big thing.
Yeah, yeah, not cool.
Not cool.
Um,
Not a
So
cool
that
girl.
not a cool girl. Speaking of cool girls, Mean Girl Heather
Heather
and
Jen is
Jen
the
and
coolest
Tamara.
girl you could ever know. I'm Heather Jen.
So Tamara, oh, it's so funny. The waiter's like, "What do you guys want to order?" And Tamara's like, "I'll keep. You know what? I know I got drunk the other night. I'll keep it light. I'll have a Chardonnay."
Ugh,
Okay, yeah, good. Oh,
disgusting.
so then Jen passes out the receipts that Katie made, like her brother spit out for her because
This
he's a
is
friend at
crazy.
Kinko's.
Take one, pass it down.
It's like
What
flyers.
is
It's
going
crazy.
on?
And so then Jen and Tamara both kind of like do a detente, like a truce where they're like, okay, so we're gonna film together and not fight, but we are going to blame Katie together. And they're like, great. And I'm like, Katie Christ, dying for this cast's sins. It's not
She
fair.
is trying so well, she can't do what you just did. She can't emote like that. But I know in her next upgrade, she will get there.
She's working on the emoting though. That's part of why she's got the big sympathy from the viewers. She's making a good case to say, I'm proud of Katie Bot. Her
Katie's
her
case.
upgrade is processing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then Jen is also so they like make up and Jen's like, okay, but you can't attack me in 2 weeks. Like it's like a deal. Like, okay, we're having this deal on camera right now, but you have to like wait a good 2 weeks before you like come after, Ryan or my kids or
The
any of
art
that
of the
again.
deal. Who wrote that?
Yes. No one I know. No one I acknowledge.
I don't know
Not
her.
my author. Um So and then while Jen is like trying to negotiate the deal, Heather's like, "Don't make her make promises." 1 week, 1 week,
She's a
okay?
Jewish bubby. Don't make it do it.
And Jen's like, "Well, it's like kind of the boy who cried wolf, like, me believing you that you're not gonna
We
attack you."
love when she gets an analogy.
Yes. Dude, sometimes I'm like, I'm starting to feel like she's less dumb. She just makes the wrong choice at every turn,
Now,
you
she
know?
had made a Peter and the Wolf reference, I would have been
Do,
like,
do, 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 do.
"Girl,
Yeah.
she gets it."
She'd be the clarinet. Um, and so then Heather takes a picture of this moment, then making
This was
up.
stupid.
That was stupid. And then we got this tchotchke store scene. I mean,
Mhm.
I haven't
Get
seen a scene in there outside of like being on a trip, but because it's like, why do it's so claustrophobic? Like they're like looking at pillows that are like not tonight, and Shannon's like, I'm like, this is really scraping the bottom of the barrel. Ugh.
Yeah,
Uh,
if Shannon thinks it's scraping bottom of the barrel, it's really bad.
it's bad. Yeah. If Shannon can't even
It's not
like
good.
be into
If
it.
Shannon's like, "You know what? I wanna run to the bathroom and not just because I'm sad."
Yeah. And then Matt and Katie. Okay, this is where Katie is like starting to upgrade. It's starting to whir and
She's fully charged.
fully charged. So they like go through Matt's phone to prove that Jen is protecting
It's normal
Gretchen.
things, normal couple
Normal
things.
couple things. Yeah, it's always like that couch is where they do their scene work, and they rehearse together before, like on
Oh
the
my
couch.
god,
That's why it
they're
has to be there because that's where
great
she memorized,
papers.
and it's like a muscle memory thing. If
No,
she's like, if we're in a different room, I can't remember. Can we
no,
just?
they really are, honestly, okay, they really are like Hepburn and Tracy, these
They
2.
kind of are, yeah, because he's like a fatherly silver fox.
He is the Hepburn, and she's really
She's
the
the
Tracy, she's
Tracy.
the wild card here.
She's the perhaps her dark secret and the reason she's like this is she has a crippling alcohol addiction
Alcoholic.
like Spencer. I don't know.
But guess
Um,
who?
but guess who? It's these two. And we get into some of their trademark comedy when they're trying to prove that like Slade has been calling Ryan and Matt trying to like use the husbands to silence the wives, which like I would be like, that's
Oh
stupid. I'm
my
like, that's so
god.
Slade.
Ugh.
To prove it, Matt goes to the receipts and
Mhm.
shows in fact there have been like lots of missed calls from Slade and incoming calls from Slade, in addition to many from FaceTimes with My Spicy Asian, which presumably is Katie's
What
name
if it
in his phone.
wasn't? What if that was like
Careful, careful.
a hot pot?
Yeah, that's
Hot
safe.
pot.
That's a safe one. I was So, kind of a rough one to riff on. So then Matt is really
He's
he
so
does have,
casual about
and he
this,
has
by
good
the way. Does
comedy
nobody else
chops.
call this guy? Doesn't he have a business partner? What's going on? I thought he was wealthy.
Oh, I think he had a screenshot up of all of his calls from, like, March the 9th or whatever. That would be crazy if he hadn't had any phone calls in the past 2 months other than the ones
Okay,
from
because when I
Katie.
saw that, I was like, this is just who he gets calls from, like a spicy Asian and Slade Gretchen. Like they have
Slade
this,
Gretchen.
but I also was like, do they have like the same phone number?
I could see them sharing a
I
phone.
think that they, because like
Yeah.
he might be a deadbeat dad. And if he's a deadbeat dad, he's deadbeat in every part of his life. He doesn't have a
Yes.
job.
And
He's
he's
he hasn't had a job in like 20 years.
and through that whole time, he couldn't find time in his unemployed life to get his wing straightened. No shame though if you have a crook. I like
It's
them
okay to
crooked.
not
I
have a
just wanna shame Slade specifically.
I just want a Slade.
I want a Slade. Slade.
Slade queen.
Slade's your name? It's an industry term. Slade, your name. Anyway, I do like how Matt says here, he's like, look at this, 43-minute call with Slade. Why the fuck else would anyone be on the phone with Slade Smiley for 43 minutes? And we're like, yes, Matt,
Yes,
you did
queen.
it. Yes, queen.
And Katie's like, okay.
Yeah. Blinking. And then they show the text between Matt and Slade, and we got a little clue as to why Slade's face is like barely in any scenes, and they like use the back of his head and like,
Right.
because you know that he's always trying to like
He's
push
always
into
trying to
frame.
Slade himself in there.
He's always trying to Slade. And then they're blurred, so I think that he threatened Bravo with the lawsuit. I think he did Orion.
Yeah.
Probably got advice from Ryan on one of those phone calls that was
Probably
like
while he was at Mastro's, right?
Probably
like,
at
that's how
Mastro's.
you can pretend to Bravo but get another season.
Yeah. Although Slade himself might have some experience with that as well. Not getting another season though. Anyway, so then
some Sladen to do.
Some Sladen to do because Matt's
catchphrase.
I mean, I wish he doesn't even
Matt's
have
Sladen.
puns. We saw his comedy show, which we will get to the flashback here in a bit.
Is there anything funnier than like an like a improv, like LA Improv Tuesday night show?
Oh God, yeah.
It's just him and Bobby Lee.
Yeah. Hardest working man in the biz, Bobby Lee. He's open for, Jeremy Piven. He's open for Darren Carter, the party starter, all the greats.
Oh my God, I just realized Slade is basically Jeremy Piven, but unemployed.
Worse. Jeremy Piven had talent.
I think he still does.
Slade, nothing good to say. And Matt and Katie have nothing good to say about him either. And Katie's upset because she finally fought back and tried to prove this story, and while also being really confusing and saying she didn't talk to the journalist about it, but then also the story happened. So I get why people are like, why the housewives are like, it's easy. She's such an amateur. She's not getting it straight. It's like, we don't care.
Need that. I'm so tired of people being like, oh, why can't they just be good and tell the truth and do it's like
boring.
Girl, we would not be watching the show if they were all like great people. Like nuns don't have reality TV shows for a reason.
And look at New York. Real Housewives of New York, they rebooted with a bunch of really polished housewives trying to make a moment, media train. And it's like, this is why we need the floppianas like Brittany and Katie who can't keep their lies straight, who can't lie good.
We need a Sonia Morgan again.
Yeah, although she was a pro, but she didn't care about the tit for tat.
We don't need we just need someone who's like a mess. I need a mess.
Exactly.
A messy lady.
A messy broad, yeah.
Yes.
And then
you know where the word broad comes from? It's a type of cut of meat. Butcher's
that's right.
Broad cut, and it's when you cut it so thin it has a hole in it.
Oh,
it's a piece of meat with a hole.
That's dirty.
That's literally where the word.
Oh my gosh! And it seems like one of the most innocuous.
She's a broad.
She's a broad.
Yeah, it's literally a piece of meat.
Okay, sorry. Then I shouldn't say broad. I should say meat hole. She's a meat hole. I need a messy meat hole.
A messy meat hole.
Ooh la la. So,
Ooh.
okay, this is where Katie does good, is she's, like, really crying a lot about, like, "Jen, our friendship, da da da," and it's like, this is why the viewers are finally coming around to our side. They're like, "Oh, they're mean to her, she's a victim, da da da." It's like, that's where you get 'em in OC. They feel so bad for you, they fall in love with you the same way she got Heather on the reunion where she was like, "Oh, I couldn't help that
I
I
couldn't help that
road
I
raged."
stalked that guy and went to prison. I am sorry. I'm a mom. I only have 2 hands.
And then viewers were like,
She's
"Well
so
done.
right.
Oh, poor Katie." And it's
I would
like,
have done the same in that situation.
yes.
If a stranger saw me texting with 2 infants in the backseat of my car,
Who among us wouldn't have followed him for 30 miles, gotten out of our car with a tire
I would have
iron
been
and attacked his car?
arrested. I'm a single mom.
But she knows the Bravo crowd. She's working them better than us, I must
We
say.
can
Her
work a Bravo
upgrade,
crowd.
we need her
We need
upgrade.
that.
Yeah.
We need that programmer.
Yeah, we do. Also, she gives us a little shade. She does a good talking head for one. She's like, "Slade is unemployed and Gretchen's bitch." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, baby."
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, yeah.
Yeah, baby, yeah. Okay, let's get to the beach picnic, which reminded me so much of a bad, boring version of the opening
Really
scene of
don't.
season 4 Salt Lake City, where
Oh,
it's the audition for all of the new friends of.
okay, okay, I thought you were gonna say the Kelly Dodd beach
Oh,
party
it's like this.
at
Oh,
Mickey.
no, not that was iconic. I would
Oh,
never
and if you don't know
taint.
about when, Vicky wears a fur vest to the beach.
And she's crying to Tamara, and she's like, "I want us to be us again." No, that's iconic. This sucked.
I want us
This
to
was
be
like,
friends, but I'll never
no, this
look
was
you in the
not
night.
iconic like that. This was not even as iconic as the Salt Lake City season 4 opening, where it's like they're at the ski chalet, they're doing ski games, and they're just like auditioning 30 random chicks to see who can hang. And it's like Monica and Angie survive. So they like it's like snow squid games. So they get to be on the show that season. That's what this was like, where everybody brought someone to audition for Katie's new spot because they've decided Katie's out. Now I want one of my friends
I
in.
couldn't even tell who these people were.
They didn't even show Heather's friend,
They
Chanel.
didn't
They
even
only showed
show
her from the back. I
they
was like,
literally it
Slade.
was so busted, they have to bring Shannon's daughter in the end to save this
Oh my
bullshit.
gosh. Give her an orange.
Give her an orange. She needs to prop her mom up a little bit.
We need to, might need her to
Shannon
do
needs a
some,
friend of.
and she might need some little weekend at Bernie's work here in Shannon's later years. You know
Yeah,
that Shannon's going to be on the
especially we'll talk
show.
a little bit off the mid-season trailer, but our
Oh, yeah.
girl is giving a little Bernie vibes. Not our
Not
not
Bernie
our
Sanders.
king, Bernie Sanders, who also might need some prop work soon. And would look more
Yeah.
like the Weekend at Bernie's type, but Shannon really is feeding him to that.
Yes. Yeah. She's doing her nervous system no favors. So yeah, so they're picnicking, and then Tamara brings Joe. Well, always a welcome presence.
Okay.
Who has no lines, that's fine with
Mhm.
me.
Mhm.
And then
It's a word she
Chanel,
doesn't say.
right, like the opposite of
Yes.
jazz. Zaj, it's jazz
Mm.
backwards. And then Britt, Gina's friend, and then Shannon didn't have a friend. She only had Sophie. So she
The
brought
whitest
Sophie.
girls you know. I think we have to talk about Sophia and then Sophie.
That is interesting, right? Where it's like two
Wait, this one
daughters.
blonde woman has a kid named Sophia who just got her very first boyfriend. So then that was Tamara's kid. And then Shannon has to say, well, my daughter, who's been on standby for 2 hours, I think.
It's all mic'd up, waiting in the Explorer
She's
right now.
been waiting in the wing. She's stage right. What the fuck? They're literally just, and then Shannon's like, oh well, Tamara said Sophia, so now I can talk about my daughter who's been standing on a hot beach for hours, and be like, well, my daughter Sophie, just had her first heartbreak because her
Mhm.
boyfriend dumped her. Sophie,
Bring her out. Let's bring her out,
bring her
everybody.
out, bring her out, folks.
Get the polygraph out.
Get her out of here. And then she sits down and
And
talks about being sad.
before that happens, we do have to
Acknowledge.
recap the millionth friggin' Gretchen and Tamra making up scene we've seen on Housewives. Um, and
They
yeah,
hold hands. Why were they
it's
doing
the usual.
Laverne and Shirley almost like Schlemizel,
They
Schlemazel?
did a lot of, like, thinking that the editors were gonna maybe, like, freeze frame or slow-mo. They did a lot of, like,
No.
skipping and jumping work.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like, "This will be great in slow-mo," and everyone's like,
What the
"Oh,
fuck?
what the
Yeah.
fuck? Let's bring up
Everyone
our kids
viscerally
again. Everyone
cringes,
bring up
yeah.
your kids."
Yeah. Heather, talk about your old gay boyfriend. Anything
I
but this.
know. And she's like, "Terry said." No.
Yeah. But,
Mm.
yeah, this is always the same where it's like, Gretchen always looks like shit because even if Tamra has said these things, like, about Slade being a deadbeat dad, letting his disabled son die penniless, like, all
Mhm.
of this stuff, it's true. It's true about Slade. So it's not
Yeah.
slander.
No,
Like,
no, no lies were told.
no lies were told, and, Bravo can't even blur the headlines that they're inserting to prove that it's true, everything Tamara said, and it's like Gretchen, she's so, like, effed in the head that she thinks bringing this up on Tamara, she's like, I'm gonna clear our name and make Tamara look like shit." It's like, "You fool. You came back to remind everyone that you're married to a dickhead and you're a scammer? Like, you absolute charlatan." Anyway, I'm
Mm.
ready for Tamara to kick her
Right.
ass in the mid-season trailer.
Do you remember when Heather's, like, talking about what schools Katerina got into? Katerina really wanted to go to, like, her school of choice, her number 1 school of choice is USC, and then, like, right out of the holster, Shannon goes, "I can't help." She goes, "I can't help. I can't help her." And then Heather goes, "So she got into Yale."
Oh, so good.
That was so fun. Honestly, it was probably my favorite part of the
Oh my
episode.
god, I can't believe
And
I
then
missed
Shannon's
it.
like, "Sophie, come talk about being sad because a guy dumped you." Quick sidebar. Remember? Okay, so when Shannon tried getting back with David after he very publicly cheated on her and had an affair, they
Mhm.
were at a USC game, her and they were at a USC football game, her and David. They have season tickets, or they did have season tickets. And sitting right in front of them was, the woman that David had the affair with, and it was a big news story at the time because Shannon, like, threw beer on this woman, and, like, her kids were there, not Shannon's kids, but, like, this woman's kids and her husband that she was also trying to, like, make it work after all this had come out. It's like, "You bitch that fucked my husband, blah, 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 blah," and had to be, like, escorted out of the game.
It's like
Mhm.
her Ramona moment where she went to that Italian restaurant,
Right.
where that girl used to hostess who,
Mhm.
Mari was having the affair with.
Oh my
Oh,
god, yeah.
now that's the only basketball game I would ever wanna go to.
Swish.
Swish, swish, bitch.
Another one
Okay.
bites the casket.
So then, they're like, "Let's all tell our worst breakup stories." And here's how you know none of these housewives auditioning are gonna get cast next season. They're like, "Okay, first Janelle." They don't even leave her answer in. And then they go to Brit, and Brit's like, "Oh, well, my divorce. Next." And then Joe is like, "Well, pass." And then they do the quick flashback to, Gretchen and Slade, and then just, like, move on to, like, "All right, let's get to the stars."
Yeah, no, it was like that show Next on MTV, like, it was almost like
Yeah.
you remember that show where, like, they'd come off the
Yes.
bus, and before they'd even get off the bus, the guy would be like, "Next."
Next.
Like, it just
Yes.
be like, "No."
Next. And I'm sure the producer, Alex Baskin, back there going,
Oh my god.
"Next."
That show was so funny.
Yeah, I love Next. It's
That
no
and Room
blind date,
Ranger.
but it's
Oh my
close.
Roger Lodge.
So
Steve Lodge.
then Steve Lodge's brother. So then Heather, I like Heather's, like, first heartbreak story is so Heather is probably why she told it, where it's like her boyfriend broke up with her in middle school in front of all of his friends and he's gay. And then Jen's is I'm obsessed with Jen's breakup story. It's so Jen. She
Mhm.
was, her words, in high school, she was obsessed with a wrestler who had a Bronco and went to a house party to have sex with them because she's from a small town, so there's nothing else to do there. And
Right.
then after they had sex, he had his friend take her home and she asked, "Do you think he still likes me?" Jen, she's still the same small town girl in her
She's such
heart.
a small town girly. The same girl that got evicted before will get evicted again.
She's a spiritual sister to Lynn Curtin, but more
Oh my
likable.
god, but, like, I'm not worried about our kids in the same way.
No, 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 no.
I don't
Especially
think that we'll see, like, an eviction on camera.
yeah. No, 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 no.
Ryan won't allow
Hope
it.
we might see Ryan taken away in handcuffs,
Oh, yeah.
allegedly, but,
No,
I
there'll be
think
a
that
beauty
but
lab in Laser, don't be mad.
Oh, wait, and then Tamara's story is so Tamara. It's like, these are why these are the stars.
These
Tamara
are
said
the up above the line.
above the line. Yeah, Tamara's like, in the 80s, after getting dumped by this guy, she went into his house when she knew he was on a date, got a knife, slashed up his favorite leather jacket, and then went to the garage to try to sneak back through his house. And he pulled in with his date into his garage and caught her with the knife and backed back out of the garage. And the crazy
As you
thing is,
should.
I believe it.
I believe it. Believe women.
Believe women. The legend of Tamara. I bet
Honestly,
Tamara
I would do the same if I wasn't so tired all the time. Like, that sounds like something that happens after, like, 8:30 PM, and, I can't. But if, like,
yeah.
I could do a daytime
A
slasher
daytime
movie.
slashing, yeah, a
Yeah.
drive-by slashing, the
Yeah.
tires, the Carrie Underwood special.
I feel like that's really hard. Like, have you ever, like, touched a tire? They're
Yeah,
heavy. Like,
and then Gretchen, this is so ominous, the end of the episode,
yeah.
Gretchen says to Sophie, who's just getting over her first heartbreak, she turns her, stretched out lady from the movie Brazil, terrifying
Mona from
formaldehyde
Brazil.
dripping face, like her bony hand grabbing her and saying, "God has something so much better for you." Sophie's like,
And she's like, I can't believe I stood here for hours to be in this scene, Mom.
but
You know where
honestly, she had the best audition of all 4 of the
so weird.
princess.
Sophie went to Baylor.
That is weird. God, what an expensive school to go to
I
out
don't
of
even know
state.
if you remember the one episode a few years ago when Sophie was home visiting from Baylor. It was like her freshman year. And Shannon was like, so, like, where do you want to live after, like, living in Waco, like, bumfuck Waco? And Sophie's like, well, I want to stay in Texas. I want to live in a suburb. I want to live in Frisco with
Oh
my
my god,
boyfriend. We're going to get married.
we were so close. We
Frisco's
could have been
sucks.
friends with her.
Yeah, she would love to be our friend.
Well, my mother-in-law lives in Frisco. She's got a pool in her
Still?
retirement community.
I thought she
Yeah.
moved.
She moved across the street.
Okay, because I knew she was moving.
Yeah. That's, so that she must be really religious. Is David religious?
I think that Sophie might have been like, I need to find God.
Okay. She needed
The
that.
twins
Yeah.
are like overseas. They're like living in Europe
Mm.
always.
Wow,
Always
they really
in Europe.
represent the duality of Shannon. Like,
We represent.
no, like where Shannon, she is kind of like a classy lassie.
But something
Um,
happened.
like when they were in that tchotchke shop, I was like, Shannon, she's Kathy, but she would never put any of this tacky shit in
I
her
know,
house.
but she seems like she should have
But she
that,
seems
like,
like she
a
should.
live, laugh, love side.
Yes. Yeah, it's like
Look at her.
she's got like the traditional, like not like socially conservative, but just like buttoned up side, and then she's got like the
Throwing beer
wild
on you at a USC game.
exactly. The duality, and that's what makes
Yeah.
her great.
And that's what's, we love a woman who's multifaceted.
Mhm. Speaking of which, we've got a very multifaceted mid-season trailer coming up.
Oh
We've
my
got
God.
everything. It starts not good. Starts
No.
with a stage like on set, like they're driving a car on set, and then it's like, oh my gosh, they're getting mugs, and the guy's like, get the
Oh
fuck out
my
of the car.
God. I hate that. I hate a James Kennedy. Jason
DJ
Kennedy.
James Kennedy
It's
punked.
DJ James Kennedy experiment. Remember that on the CW?
Yes. Oh my
Of
god.
the white Kanye.
That's an
And he's
experiment
being
I want
punked.
no part of.
I would watch that.
He punks you by the
No. Nope.
okay.
Mm,
Okay.
no.
Anyway, so, like, yeah, I didn't like that because I'm like, why how are they getting mugged on a set? I'm like, "Oh my gosh, did one of, like, the props guys go
Yeah.
rogue?" Like,
I was
uh,
like, "Is this one of my, like, British dramas?" Like, he was captured on the CCTV.
yeah, because like,
Do you notice
EastEnders, they
every
use, like,
I always
clearly a
talk about
backlot.
CCTV. Yeah, they're just like, "We just need to go to the CCTV," and then they've, like, solved the crime. I love those shows.
Mm. And then they're going to Amsterdam, which only good
Oh my god,
things can happen,
excited. They're gonna smoke pot,
housewives.
which they can do in the state of California, but it's European weed, so it's fun.
And there's just, like, there's good like, one of the most classic housewife fights of all time is there, so it's like, it's good to go to, like, pay their respects. I don't think we'll
Wait,
reach
which
the
fight?
dizzying we won't reach the dizzying heights of Kim Richards calling Eileen a beast
Oh
and
my
Lisa
god, that was
Rinna and
okay, yeah,
the
that was
wine.
bad, oh my god.
But I think
But we will see Kyle running away from a scene.
yes,
If we're
yes.
lucky.
That will be
Her
maybe Jen in this
her
case.
daughter got married.
Hmm. So then, yeah, they do make your own dick. Oh, yeah, and then they're back on
That's
Shannon's
fun. I
kind
wanna
of
do
fun.
that.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And then they do yeah, they get back like we talked about earlier in the episode, they talked about Shannon's drinking being a problem again. Tamara, it's so funny, like,
He's
she
so
squashed the
funny.
beef with everyone, and Shannon's like she's like, "We're cool, still wanna
Everything's
ceasefire."
cool, I'm not
It
gonna call
just
you an alcoholic.
and sh but yeah, but Shannon, like, is just someone who I actually think not even for the show, just I think really in her therapy, her therapist is like, "Give it a little time with Tamara. She's just fucked you over so many times in public. It's, like, embarrassing, like, it's like if you went back to David at this point. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's like, just have some respect for yourself. Give it a season before you're best friends again, okay?" And then, like, they can't even get halfway through the season before Tamara's like, "You're a fucking
You're a fucking alcoholic! Yeah, she's like her and
alcoholic!"
Gina, like, this scene are, like they're, like, in the garden section of, like, a Walmart or Home Depot. I don't even know, they have, like, a shopping cart with, like, flowers,
It's
and
probably, like,
they
tulips because Amsterdam and
fine, but
yeah.
I still think they're at a Home Depot. They're at a Home Depot in
Mhm,
Amsterdam.
mhm,
Maybe it's a Lowe's.
mhm.
And yeah,
A
Or
Home
Tamara's
Depot.
like, "So, like, you're sober. Shannon's not, so you think she's an alcoholic?"
Yeah, should we, do the storyline again?
Did
What do you think?
we ambush her on camera?
But it seems like like, Tamara finally pisses off Heather really bad with
I
this
love
by
it.
doing
I
this
was
again.
excited to see Tamara like this.
And I'm
I
excited
don't
to
care.
see
I'm not going to deny it. I loved it.
I like it too, but I'm also excited to see Heather responding too, instead of just being like,
Okay, I'm
I'm her
rich.
yeah, I'm her paid handler, basically, like, but she's been such a friend of, so I like that she's getting in the mix and being like, "We're doing this fucking storyline again. Tamara, I trust you the least.
Yeah,
You are just for TV, you know?"
I'm
Um,
excited.
and then we find out also that Jen's kids, who she said are the reason she's getting married because they want her to get married, actually do not want her to get married. Jen, don't do it. Oh, if someone has a way to contact her, tell her do not do it.
Don't do it, but get guaranteed money anyway
I
before it's
mean,
all seized by the government.
true, but it's like it
Or
just
even if she's not married to him.
I just don't like it's such a I feel like kind of like manipulator tactic that
I like Ryan though.
her well, I like him as her boyfriend. Getting married, it's like, "Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?" And
He's got Malibu rooms.
none of her coworkers can tell her not to marry him because 'cause they're too scared that if they talk about it on camera or even off camera, he's gonna sue them. So it's like no one
Or
can
airdrop
warn
his dick.
even worse. So it's like no one can warn her because Ryan has, made his dick a menace and like his legal team a menace. So it's
Right.
like she's just alone making this dumb decision with only
Well,
her
I will say, I
friends and
think that
family to warn her.
for the friends and family plan, I think that they were supposed to get married this summer and they did not.
Okay, that's
So
good.
I
That's
am
good. Whew.
interested to see what's going on. Like it is probably good that like it seems like it's being put off.
That's good. That's at the end of the trailer, and this seems to be kind of like the climax of the season. Gretchen gets drunk and tells a story about Tamara, presumably from 14 to 17 years ago. And then
Right.
shit really hits the fan.
And we
So I'm
see
excited about
Tamara's
that.
I haven't seen her scream like that since.
"That's my opinion!" Oh, I love it when she loses
Uh,
it.
okay, there's a Shannon screech, which is always fun, but then
Always,
there's
yeah.
a Tamra, and the way Tamra does it, it is so emotional, it's so
Mhm.
guttural, it's so iconic.
Well, it's because, like, Tamara, we talk about it all the time. She's such a professional. She's like Heather. They're always at work. The job is like for Tamara, the job is starting shit, but then, like, in that moment, it's like she's not working. She's really lost herself in a real moment, and it's just, oh,
But
magnificent to behold the steam coming out of her ears.
and get her in the actor's studio and bring James Lipton back from the grave. Is he dead?
Mm,
I think
I
he
wish
is.
well, I guess they have Andy, but I wish they had, like, Kate Chastain, I feel like should interview, like, reality TV
Do you think she'd be bored
performers.
though? She'd be like, "Ugh."
But that's why she's the perfect person.
Okay.
And it's like, it's meta enough that we know, like, on some level, they're delivering themselves, they're
Well, I
performing
wanna
and
see
stuff.
Sheena interview them. I haven't seen her.
Ooh. Oh my gosh,
I have
Sheena would be the perfect, like, beat reporter.
Oh my
Christina
god, I love
Gibson.
signing off. Okay. Okay. I
Alright,
miss her.
I miss her too. Christina, wherever you are, if you're listening, if you're a student,
We're
you're
signing off for ya.
we're signing off for you.
But
Bye.